instructor, it's my job to teach whether you're under 18, you go through the regular process of taking 6 to 10 lessons in a virtual class or in person. Then you drive in a safe licensed driver's ed car with the dual mirror and dual brake. The other group that I'm going to be focusing on too, those are students over 21. And it was important that we understand that those students face higher chances of failure and frustration. One, they're relying on mom and dad. Two, they're not really motivated to learn how to drive. And three, they really don't have a job. As you know, and I'm going to back up and look, as you know, the cost of a car is anywhere between $10,000 to $25,000. Younger people, you can fall back on mom and dad's shoulders, right? You can fall back on their shoulders. And what does this mean? They'll pay for driver's ed. They'll pay for, and driver's ed is anywhere from $350 to $400, $500. It's not cheap. My rate is not cheap. I teach adults and teens. I've taught adults to road test prep. So I'm blessed to be here, but I'm going to tell you the truth and reality. Okay. And it's important to understand that we want to make sure that your son or daughter's ready. Maturity is also a major step. There are a lot of people under 18 that are not mature. There are people over 18 that are extremely mature. Now, through clinical research, the brain, as of recently, they said around 24, that's when your brain develops. But there's been newer research that says it's around 36 years old. We know driving is not free. Insurance, gasoline, registration, tags, gas, maintenance, tires, brakes, looking left and right. Also, being responsible in the car, driving does not make you an adult. I wanted to be sure that all of you understand this for taking the time to watch this. As a statewide instructor, I see I drive anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 students a year. I've been doing this over 24 years. You can do the math. So those categories have different reasons. And the younger category, some of them still don't want to drive. They have anxiety. They're the COVID babies. Now, the people who were ninth or 10th grade or 12th or in their 20s, everything shut down. Driver said was not touching those kids. I can tell you for about 3 to 6 months, we didn't drive anyone. Incomes were lost. People were upset. Okay, let me go up here and check this traffic. And I'm going to wait and pause. I'm going to make eye contact. I'm just waiting. Okay. And then you always want to wave. All right. I'm waving, saying thank you. When you're driving, just like this in this environment, you're not the only one on the road. I think a lot of younger kids think, oh, this is a game. This is silly. This is not a game. Now, I'm going to have to get on 9A4. I'm not going to like this, but let's use this as an example. This is a very scary thing that I'm doing now. I'm merging on Express. Whether some of you think, oh, that's easy. It's not. It's very overwhelming. And for a lot of adults, they have panic attacks. I will tell you, I drove my car to Alabama. I almost crashed and hit the wall. It took me a moment to get back in my car and drive again. I had a young lady hit a car head on. It took me a moment to get back in the car and to teach other adults. My boss said, are you ready to drive? Are you ready to get out here? I paused. And it was a very pivotal, make sure I got it right, time in my life. Teaching adults and teens how to drive is dangerous. They're near misses all the time. Let's talk about what's happening right now. We're facing a slowdown. Beginning drivers, adults or teens, don't pay attention. They're locked into looking down at the speedometer. They're locked into looking down at the lines. Mom and dad, you clock their teeth. You scream at them. You make them nervous. You know why? They tell me in segment 2, I can't drive with my mom. She's always, I can't drive with my dad. He always screams at me. So, mom and dad, you got some things you got to work on too. But that's a whole nother discussion. Right now, we're focusing on beginning drivers learning to drive. Usually, most high schools across the country have drop drivers ed. It's very expensive. Paying a teacher $25 to $35 an hour, having 3 or 4 cars, insurance is very high, gasoline. I know this because I've taught at the public school level doing driver's ed. So a lot of schools have dropped this. So now Ohio is thinking about bringing it back, but Michigan is thinking about bringing it back. Every state is different. They are really good third-party driving schools out there, testers out there. I've been on both sides, but this leaves a group of young adults around 10th grade. You're 15, 14, 9. You want to drive, but now mom and dad got to come up with $500, $700. That's a lot of money, and I'm gonna have to get over. Okay, that's a lot of money, and a lot of people don't have money like that lying around. They're living check to check. I get it. So there are a lot of things to consider. Look at us driving. I'm driving a 2025, okay, Equinox, about $450 a month. Gets great fuel mileage. It's a lease. The car has 32,000 miles. We had to put almost $3,000 down. A lot of people, young people, will never get a car like this. They don't have credit. They have credit that's not established. They can't put $3 or $4,000 down. They don't have a license. So you see, what is this leaving them? They're going to get a 2019, a 2015, a 2010. It's a car, but this car will break down eventually. They don't talk about this in schools anymore. The cost of living, personal finance. They have stopped teaching these kids in school, and they're young adults that can't even spell. They can't even read. Okay, all they want to do is sit on the computer, look at social media, and then go home. And then they cause educators like myself problems. I've seen the journey from the last 5 years, 7 years, and it's not just happening in high school, middle school. The little kids, third and fourth grade. One of my friends, his son is like first and second grade. They go to a big district. I'm not going to say the name of the district. They slapped a tablet in front of his son's face. He's like, Dad, they're making me work on a tablet. That's a problem. Okay? So we have to, as a society, decide what we want to do to really help this next generation of drivers. Okay? I'm not that old. I'm not that young. You got to have a job. You've got to save money. You got to have good credit. And typically, these credit card companies will get to your sons and daughters around 17 or 18, or when they first go to college. Just like, when we went to college, they're there, sign up, you get a free credit card, $500 limit. What happens? You go out one night, it's done. And if you don't pay it, your credit's ruined. Okay? So there needs to be more personal finance. Um, Schools to help kids manage money, but they're cutting these programs away because school districts don't have money. And if you want the next generation to grow up, like this green truck to the left, uh, that vehicle will cost probably about 65,000. Okay, my budget is around 50K. I want to get a nice truck, but I have to wait another year or two to pay debt. I don't want a $800, $900 payment. I don't want to put down $3,000. Here's your next point. They have stickers on the car, new driver, be patient. Well, I'm going to be patient. Also, I'm covering my brake. I'm looking ahead. This is a good example. We have a sudden slowdown. I'm squeezing my brake. I am checking behind me. I'm keeping room. Okay? Everyone's slowing down. I don't know what's going on. But that young teen could be a person 21, 25, 27, 32. I've driven those young adults before. Various reasons I didn't get around to it. My mom and dad took me everywhere. I don't have a job. My parents are divorced. And this is becoming more and more common in my segment one, where I'm teaching people under 18. Okay. And this is a great environment for a beginner because you have stop and go traffic, you have some backup traffic. We have to deal with the I-94 rush hour. We have to deal with drivers who are young, supposedly like this driver ahead of us, who are old, who are impatient, who are running late to pick up their sons and daughters. I've been through that. But you have to get up early. I know I don't want to preach to you, but I'm telling you reality. I used to be that person driving 70, 80, 90, right? Get out of my way. Never road raging, but just driving fast and reckless. Never really got a ticket because before I was a young instructor, I have a good driving record. I have to. Okay. So what is your plan if you're a beginner? As soon as your son or daughter turns the appropriate driving age, you got to enroll them in. Some driving schools will let you make payments. Okay. Some driving schools will require all the money up front. But if your son or daughter misses days, if your son or daughter does no show, I had a student miss 3 drives. It's a $35 charge. My hourly rate is worth more than $35. But then his family's going to call the office. Well, so and so, he should have been done in August. Your son canceled on me. I have the text. He no showed me for 2 drives. I have the schedule. So that's that accountability piece. And it happens more and more and more often. A lot of younger families overschedule their sons and daughters. How do I know? I talk to them. They tell me, well, I have 5 AP classes. I don't have time for driving. Hold on. You don't have time for driving? This doesn't make sense. This is a huge metropolitan area. We're in the Midwest. Okay? We're in the Midwest. A lot of expressways, a lot of families. Could be Minnesota, could be Michigan, could be Indiana, could be Ohio, could be Wisconsin. This is typical rush hour traffic. But mom and dad, if you don't get your son or daughter out in this type of traffic, they won't know what to do. They're going to panic. They're going to tailgate. They're going to drive too slow. Because I see this every day. You only see a brief snapshot of me teaching in the virtual classroom, in a car. I'm showing you the reality now. Now let's talk about our people over 18. They have different circumstances. They're trying to work. They may have just graduated from high school. They have to find a job. Mom and dad, you're going to be nice and take them around, but after a while, you're trying to come home. It's 4:14 Eastern Standard Time. We're in the Midwest. Okay? So you're tired. You don't have time to take your daughter to work, take your son to work, pick them up. You're like, can you please get a ride? I am really tired. Right? So what I need you to do is lock in and understand this pathway to freedom. I am teaching you. I'm trying to teach you that pathway to freedom. That was a new driver. They are gripping that wheel hard. Like, and I understand because I'm driving in this environment. People are going 80, 90, 100. Get out my way. Like this car, I'm at about 70. They're going about 77. That's the average speed out here. Okay. And many of you say, man, just drive. It takes up to 10 years to learn how to drive and to become a master, right? Young people are dying all the time across the United States. How do I know? I look at police crash test data. I look at DNV crash rates. I talk to instructors. I have a lot of whoa. Okay, so I'm at 70. They're doing a good 80, 90. It wasn't like I was standing here, and I'm about 75 right now. Okay, it's not this serious out here, and I'm not a slow driver. Okay, I'm at about 75 right now. Well, people are desensitized to speed. Okay, the faster you go, the faster they're going to go. So I'm trying to demonstrate to you as an instructor what you should be doing. That's a hazard. This guy with those ladders and that saw, yes, he's got the little red thing on there, good, but I'm not messing with that. Okay, that can come out. Let's talk about this curve for a second. Hopefully you can see it. This is to discourage changing lanes. Okay, this is here in Michigan. This is here in New York. There's certain states that have this. Once you get off the curve, you're going to have a broken line again. Okay, that guy or lady in that truck really should be in the middle lane and to the right. Let me pause for a second. More states like Ohio, they're going back to kids, well, young adults, 20, 21, 22, because the crash rates of that group are so much higher than someone 35 or 45 in my age group. because we've learned how to drive. We keep space. We don't tailgate. We use our blinker most of the time. We're going to try to drive. See, here's the slow down again. I'm slowing down early. This white Jeep behind me is getting ready to hit me, going too fast. Okay, that white Jeep almost hit me. Slow down, lady. Okay, she going crazy. I had to plan for this. She almost freaking rear-ended me. And it's not this serious. People are on the phone, they're talking, they're not paying attention. This lady is vulnerable. She got a flat tire. Oh man, I would try to help. I'm over here and someone else is already trying to help. This lady in this white Jeep almost hit me. That's why she had to swerve to the left. I think driving schools need to do more updating in their course material. The state, driving schools, advocacy groups, parents, professors are the ones that put these test questions together. I can't tell you everything, but the material is outdated. 1 year, 24 months, 36 months, 48 months, things change all the time. We're back up to about 70 right now. I'm keeping good space. I'm using driver's education terms. I'm doing aim high driving. I'm using the SIPDE process. I'm using the Smith process. Always have an out. I'm anticipating this black car to the right that may cut me off. I'm keeping space. This car ahead of me is tailgating. I'm keeping space. If you don't understand what I'm saying right now, you need to be subscribing. You need to be locking in. Because as I go through why people, particularly young adults, beginners, don't want to drive, it's right in front of us. We have a very reckless and fast driving society. Okay? We're locking in at about 63 miles an hour. I'm keeping space. I'm trying to take my time. I'm not tailgating. The lane to the left, they're about 70. They're all tailgating together. That's called a wolf pack. Not like an animal, but that's a wolf pack. If you're learning how to drive right now, you need to get us a thumbs up. We're keeping good speed, good space, and we're just taking our time. TIME. It's really important that you all understand the goal. The goal is to be a safe defensive driver. That's what I teach. That's what many of the instructors teach across the United States. They're great instructors. And I'm going to be putting together a collaboration of instructors sharing philosophies and ideas. And they're great instructors. Okay? And Clearview Driving School. This young lady is in the UK. She's doing big things. I watch her content all the time, learning. Mr. Road Ready. They call him Baby Detroit or Daddy Detroit. Okay, I'm driving with Myles. Okay, I do tutorials. I look at government crash test data. You have some good sources, whether you're in the UK, in the United States. Every school does it differently, right? I don't have triple cameras and a brake cam and backup cam. I usually have one angle in the front or in the back. I'm keeping good speed and good space. I'm right at 70 right now, chilling, being comfortable, smiling. I'm moving good. I have a half a tank of gas. If I need to go a little bit faster, I can. If I don't, I slow down. I want to be a good defensive driver. Now, some of you have parents who road rage. Some of you have parents who are very aggressive. You've been seeing this because you've been growing up in the back seat saying, Mama, Daddy, you're watching dad cut off cars. You're watching mom tailgate. Okay? So, and I have these honest conversations with my students. They trust me. I trust them. And this helps me bring you honest, genuine commentary. Okay, this blue truck, 3 blinks, that's good. We'll take that. I'm keeping my space. I'm not tailgating. I'm too close. I got to lift my foot. These tutorials will prepare you for driving because that's where I am in my career. I help that teen up to 18, and I help 18 to 28 to 38 to 48. A lot of young people over 21 don't want to drive because they have anxiety. Mom or dad has been in a crash. Mom and dad take them everywhere. They're the COVID late teens. There's no real reason. Mom and dad are taking them everywhere. If my mom and dad took me everywhere, I wouldn't learn to drive. My mom and dad said, "You taking driver's ed? Good. We not getting you a car." So I knew then I had to save every single cent, every single penny. And I did that for a year. And I bought a Chevy Malibu, light blue. I'll have to post a picture. But I learned the value of money. I worked two jobs at the YMCA and the bus terminal. Originally, I wanted to go in and be a mechanic. I still have a great appreciation for cars and trucks. I love performance vehicles. I love cars. I had an opportunity to become a driver's ed instructor. My father-in-law did. Well, he wasn't my father. He said, "Myles, driver's ed is a great summer job." Well, how do I sign up? Guess what? I took his advice. I went to college. I took the classes. Immediately when I was certified, I got it like that. But my boss used to give me a hard time. "Oh, you're a teacher." I said, "Yeah, I am a teacher." And I said, "You're going to pay me the salary that I deserve." He gave me a really hard time. I'm not saying the name of the people, but I went through the process. I learned. It was a good experience for me. I made more money than I ever thought I could. It was crazy, all the hours, all the driving. But I learned a valuable lesson: organize, show up on time, stay on top of my paperwork. And this is a journey. You only see one side. "Oh, let's get in the car and drive." I got to do a drive log. I've got to mark attendance. This stuff has got to be turned in to corporate, and it's got to be submitted to the state. Driver's education schools have to be state compliant. If they're not, they'll be closed down. Okay? Some driver schools will pass anyone, but you're doing them an injustice because they can't drive. And then they're going to end up killing themselves or injuring others. So you have to be very conscientious. There's an oath that I took, and I try to uphold that oath. If someone is not ready to drive, I'm not signing off on them. I'm going to say it again. If someone is not ready to drive, I'm going to call corporate. "Okay, did you get them a couple more lessons?" "Yes." I document. I call my boss. Okay, and we have it set now. You don't have to call your manager. Okay, you give the young adult or young man, young lady a few more lessons. If they're not ready, running lights, can't keep it in the lane, then you get their mom and dad involved. Okay? I'm never going to be rushed to pass a kid because I'm not going to sign off and have blood on my hands like that. So you have to be conscientious, have to be honorable. Okay? And it's hard because people want this license real quick, but they don't know how to drive. DRIVE. They're speeding everywhere, cutting up. Another example: a young man on a motorcycle 2 days ago cut us off deliberately, and I was upset. And I didn't say anything, didn't get crazy, but this is where we are. And the young man did not have on leathers, did not have on any safety apparel except for a helmet. And we're seeing more young drivers cutting cars off, cutting trucks off. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be death. Okay? And whenever there's a crash, there has to be an investigation. Why? We watch on scene TV. And that has really helped my class understand how crashes happen. Okay? We watch different shows because I'm an educator. I want to give my students correct information. This left turn, I'm looking and checking. It's a protected left turn. You turn in the nearest lane, and this is the nearest lane. We have to lock in and have a collective effort. Driving schools need to step up. Parents, you need to step up. Our young adults under 18, you need to be ready. Quit making excuses. Participate. If not, you'll be removed. Like I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a gap or space. Here's my gap. I turn. Beginning drivers hesitate. They drive scary. Why are you driving scary? Why are you hesitating? A lot of people don't want to put in the work. And what I mean by work, coming to class, being on time. Okay, I realize there's personal responsibility. I'm going to go through the final skills evaluation. This is a real state examination because I'm a state certified instructor. Okay, I'm not going to give you misinformation. The following dangerous maneuvers will result in an automatic failure. Student must perform at least 2 maneuvers for an automatic fail. Example, you hit a curb. You blow a stop sign. That's 2 automatic failures. You fail to yield. A dangerous maneuver. You pull out in front of a truck. You're pulling off from a private drive and hit a car. Okay. Next, speeding 10 or more over the limit. I'm not talking about hitting the gas and getting over. You speed 10 or more over the limit. Just look at this guy right now. In this red car, see, this guy's getting ready to hit the gas real fast. See, there we go. Clowning. Okay, it's not that serious out here. Next, disobeys regulatory signs or speed limit signs. Teacher has to intervene. If you are trying to make a left turning, you panic and we almost get hit and I have to turn the wheel, fail. Okay, let's look at this person on this e-bike. He is doing about 25. He should be riding with the flow of the traffic. If we come out and make a turn, he's going to get hit. He's going to get killed. That's a new problem. He should be riding with the flow of the traffic. We see more e-bike accidents. Let's look at the data. There are more e-bike accidents, fatalities. In August, a person on the e-bike hit a construction truck and died in our state. I'm not making this up. And then these young people riding these e-bikes going 30, 40, 50. I saw another man on scene TV, the police were chasing him. The guy crashed and flipped. Next, starting and stopping. Smooth stops. Smooth starts, not slamming the brake. Next, controlled emergency braking if a kid comes out. The instructor on Clearview Driving School, she's really good at those emergency stops. We don't do those because they're very hard on the brakes of the driver's seat car and the tires. Okay? But she's good at it. Clearview Driving Instructor, I'm shouting you out. And I'm asking you for a collaboration. We will reach out. Next, visual skills. Please listen to me. Identifying targets to the left, to the middle, to the right. Example, let's look at this blue car across. It's not in camera, but the house right across from us. Are you identifying targets? The building to the right. You got to be able to look and identify dangers. Turning your head prior to turning. If I'm going right, I should see you turning to the right. If I'm going left, I should see you turning to the left. If this is bringing you value right now, give this a thumbs up. I'm going through the road skills evaluation. This is the passive fail data for instructors, and they have to submit this to the state. Okay, I'm giving you real information. This is no, stop. Able to judge stopping and adequate following distance in seconds. It's a 3-second minimum following distance. You pick a stationary object, you start counting from telephone pole, 1001, 1002, and 1003. I can tell you following distance right now. Let's look from this pole, 1001, 1002, 1001, 1002, 1001, 1002. Okay, 1001, 1002. These cars are about 2 seconds from each other. That's real data. You don't see other instructors doing this because I'm showing you like, oh, they're driving too close to each other. Next, checking mirrors. You won't get deducted if you don't check mirrors, but if you slow down at a stop, you should be looking up at your center mirror. Okay, I got the Ray-Bans on. You should be looking up at your center mirror. Checking traffic. You should be looking to the left, looking to the right. Next, let's talk about the searches, mirrors, over shoulder, and selects the target. If you're changing lane, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. You have to go in this order, and if you don't, you will be marked down. You can still pass your test if you get 10 or 12 or 15, but you need to check where you live. It's different in Texas than Ohio. It's different in Indiana than in Michigan. It's different in Nevada than it is in Florida. Okay, you need to be putting these questions in. Let's keep going. Uses an 8-4 or 9-3 position. Driving with one hand won't fail you, but losing control with one hand will fail you. Next, uses proper hand positioning when backing. When you're backing up, if you turn your wheel to the right, the rear of the car will go to the right, the front will swing out to the left. When I have students do a maneuver, I tell them back up to the right. Which way do I turn the wheel? They don't know this. They don't understand. A lot of adults and teens come in the driver's ed zero, and that's fine. But listen, take notes, be in the moment. I want to continue. Use this push pull hand over hand steering efficiently, going around the curve, going around the roundabout. Okay, this orange car, yellow car pulling out right now. They're speeding up real fast. Let's do following distance again. 1001, 1002. Okay, 1001, that's 3 seconds. That's a good following distance. So you're seeing for yourself. Next, use this hand over hand when appropriate. You're parallel parking. You've got to be turning hand over hand to get the car into a tight maneuverability spot. Downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown Atlanta, Georgia, just to name a few. If you can't parallel park, you shouldn't be driving. Illinois doesn't require the parallel park anymore. I want to keep going. Turns, turnabouts, minimum of 2 left and 2 right and 1 roundabout. So if I'm a road tester, this client needs to make 2 lefts. Okay, let's go up to the light, get into left turn lane. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't have to tell you, okay, it's clear. Go up and make your turn. If I have to tell you, you're not ready. Okay, you got to make a right turn. The sign says no turn on red. You need to get over to the right, make a right turn at the light. You blow the sign. You automatic fail. You don't look to the left. Automatic fail because you didn't check traffic to your left. You should be locking in right now. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. I'm a state certified instructor. I've taught over 24,000 students, and I'm preparing you for why you don't drive, a beginning driver's lesson. There's multiple reasons. I'm going over the road skills evaluation right now. Put in questions. Next, do you select the proper lane? If we're making a right turn, turn in the nearest lane. I have a short that I made. It's over 1.2 million views because it's educational content. It'll be evergreen content forever. When I'm dead and gone, you'll hear my voice. Turn in the nearest lane because it's factual and true. When you turn in the nearest lane, it facilitates a smoother flow of traffic. Think about this. You're in an intersection. You turn in the second lane, making a right turn. Cars are turning left. You just cut them off. That's a dangerous maneuver and accident. But what if I'm in the second lane? Well, you start in that lane, you stay in that lane. You have to understand this. So many people mess this up. Next, checks traffic and signals. I'm looking left, looking right. Let's go back to this. This is that's getting ready to make a turn. You got to make a right. Traffic is coming. Is that safe? No. Is this safe? No. Is it safe now? Maybe after this rare car, it's safe. You have to make that decision. And if you can't make that decision, or I have to pamper you and hold your hand, mom and dad, they're not ready. Niece, nephew, you're not ready. No hate. I care about you. I want you to do a good job, but you are not ready. Do that self-reflection piece. Okay, I always talk to the parents, and real talk. A lot of parents don't want to get out of the car. Always try to build a relationship. Mom and dad, I'm giving you feedback about your son or daughter. Come on out. I got to beg parents to come on out. They're your kid. Okay, either your kid is doing well or your kid is struggling. Well, they don't listen to their teacher in school. I see why. Well, they don't listen to me. I see why. And if not going to listen to me, I'm giving them back to you because I'm not going to put myself in danger. A lot of my students said, I can't drive with Shaniqua. I can't drive with Shaquavia. Don't laugh. Those are 2 of my students' names. Real talk. Okay, let me keep going. Adequately verbalizes adequate gap. We're in a private drive right now. We have to pull out to the road. You got to look at traffic to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Completes turn in the proper lane. If you're making a left turn, it's by the double yellow. Cars making right turns going the wrong lane all the time. I'm going to get a drone, and we're going to let it fly up, and you're going to see the aerial shot. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're right, Myles. I know I'm right. People turn in the wrong lane all the time. Let me keep going. You need to listen. Put questions in. Good afternoon. Thank you for all the lessons. Hey, E, did you get your email? I'm sorry, did you get your package? That's what I want to know. Did you get your package? Please say yes. Okay, you should have got it on Tuesday. Please say, did you get your package? And thank you, E. Um, Controlled, uncontrolled intersections, please. Uh, Let me know if you got your package. Controlled and uncontrolled intersections. Look for open spaces left and right. Obeys traffic signs and signals. Slow down, yield, as you should. Any questions? I'm gonna reach out to you. I've just been recovering this week, resting. Um, it's all good. I'll tell you more. Understand rules of the right of way. Let's talk about this. You come up to a four-way stop. The two cars come at the same time. The car on the left should yield to you. You're on the right. The car on the left, you tell them to go, and then they say no, you go. If a car waves you through and you have an accident, that's automatic failure. Stops in the proper position behind the stop line. LINE. If you're stopping past the line, -1. If you stop past the stop line and enter the crosswalk, 2 minuses. You can easily fail your test on sloppy maneuverability. Next, checks mirrors and signals. 100 feet, a half a block. These are things a state certified instructor should be going over. Do you realize I'm getting prepared for your test right now? And why don't beginning drivers want to do this? They just don't have the stamina. They just can't pay attention. They just like, oh, this is interesting. You'll see this bike going by. This guy's doing about 30. Okay, riding with the flow of the traffic. Got shorts on, but no helmet. E-bike. Okay. Buttons. Next. Lane changes. Signals. Turns in the nearest lane. Check. Turns head to check blind spots. No steering movement. You're driving, and then you jerk the wheel. You're driving like this truck. She oversteered. Okay, did a U-turn. Okay, and I want to continue. Gradually moves into the lane. Are you jerking? Are you going from the first lane all the way over to the left? That's something you don't want to do. You have to focus on good, safe driving behaviors. Next, maintains proper speed and following distance. Keep good speed, keep good distance, have good speed control. Parking, perpendicular parking to the left, perpendicular parking to the right. I have some parking maneuvers and I will do more. Parallel parking, lining your car, reversing back, turning the wheel all the way to the right, 45 angle. If you don't know how to parallel park, you won't pass. And some state tests do parking in the end when you're tired. Some state tests do parking in the beginning. If you can't parallel park and you can't reverse park, the test is over. That's a little pressure, but if you're prepared, it's not pressure at all. AAA, one of our state authorities. Okay, I need to check on them. Stops at the curb. We don't want to hit curb. Properly signals when you pull off. Safely exits the vehicle. Do you just pop out, or are you doing the Dutch reach where I'm turning my body? Do you even know what Dutch reach means? I am not Dutch. I'm Irish. Right? Let's continue. Accelerates at the proper speed on the expressway. Very important. Identifies the proper gap. You're going to move. I want to show you this traffic. Do you see how busy it is now? Do you see the density of traffic now in less than 5 minutes? This is real. And this is the stuff that I drive in with adults and teens. As I'm talking, I want you to look at the density of traffic. It's a lot. It's more anxiety. It's more crashes. People are impatient. Next, I'm going to hit you with safe driving behaviors. I'm going to flip it back. Safe driving behaviors. Automatically puts on seatbelt. When I first came in here, I put on my seatbelt. That can be grounds for automatic failure. Maintains proper speed at all times. Are you at 40? Are you at 60? Are you at 70? Maintain your speed. Maintain safe following distance, minimum 3 seconds. We did some following distance activities here. These drivers don't know. I'm not invisible. I'm parked. We're on the main thoroughfare. We are learning so much. We could have class out here right now. We can see who's driving wrong, who's driving right. It's real. Next, identifies proper gap. E, did you get your package? That's what I want to know. They said it should have been there on Tuesday. Did you get that package? Yes or no? I want to make sure you did. Next, um, prepares to merge out into the flow of the traffic. You want to pick up speed and accelerate out. Signals 100 feet or half a block. Let's look at this heavy traffic again. It's real. This is a lot going on. And this is where you have to keep up with traffic. You can't be driving slow. You can't be going too fast. This is real life right now. This is what I want you to see. You got to be able to manage. People are tailgating you, cutting you off. They don't have time for you to drive 10 under, 12 under, 15 under. That's grounds for automatic failure. And real talk, one of the examiners told me, I hate driving at this time, Myles, because it's very difficult to evaluate someone properly. It's true because no one is really patient anymore. I'm showing you this flow of traffic and I'm going to keep going. I want to talk about safe driving behaviors. This is what we'll be driving in safe driving behaviors. Automatically puts on seatbelt. Next, maintains proper following distance. There's a police officer, right? Doing their thing, doing their job, did a U-turn, okay? Going to go get somebody, like could be you. You better put on your seatbelt. Maintains proper following distance or speed at all times. Maintain safe following distance. Minimum 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. Next, understands proper use of mirrors, the center mirror, the driver's side, the passenger side. People, this is your master class. I'm going through and reading the final skills road evaluation that can be applied all over the world. This is not an American thing. Some people reach out to me. Hey, I'm from the UK. You're easy driving. You can't evaluate the UK compared to the United States. I have people reach out from the UAE. You can't evaluate people from the UAE versus the United States. Okay, let's get on the chat. Let's do a collaboration. Show me your score, right? It's really important that you understand. And I'm giving you motivation. No one is attacking you. You have to be prepared and you have to apply. I want to show you this again. You got to apply your skill sets out here, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Are you going to tailgate? Are you not going to use your blinker? Are you going to be distracted on the phone? Are you going to drive down the middle of the road, which is illegal? It's so many variables out here. And you see real life driving right now. This is not no AI. This is not stock beat roll. This is real traffic on a major thoroughfare in the Midwest. And you can look at it for yourself. That truck is definitely speeding. Okay? Cars are going faster than the speed limit out here. And then you're going to have to pull out and get your speed up immediately. That's pressure. And a lot of people can't handle pressure. A lot of people don't want to drive because mom and dad, you're clocking their teeth. Instructors, you're wringing their neck. Young person, you have anxiety. It's called gradual exposure. We'll drive in the neighborhoods making 12 right turns, 12 left turns. Then we'll gradually get on and off the main road. I'm trying to help you understand. Let's continue. Do you understand the different vehicle capabilities? A truck handles differently than a car, than an SUV. Okay? A person pulling on a truck has a longer vehicle. They have to look. Are you going to try to shoot a gap and crash? No. Do you understand this? Are you effectively managing risk? Well, what do you mean? If they're going 70 or 80 or 90, are you going to go 70 or 90? Hopefully not. You need to drive at the speed limit. Do you understand the ability to select a gap? Okay, I'm going to show you this again, a great teachable moment. You got to judge when to pull out. When do you pull out? Well, when it's clear. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Crickets. I'm still waiting. Crickets. I'm still waiting. Do you see how painful this is? Demoralizing for a young driver? I have to sit back and be patient. Give them confidence. I am your confidence, and you still can't pull out. Okay, and it's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's 4:47 Eastern Standard Time. Do you realize how important this is that you're able to judge distance? And mom and dad, you shouldn't be screaming at your son or daughter. Come on. You make me sick. They don't want to drive with you anymore. And then obviously the final assessment, 10 or more driving errors. So if you get 10 errors, failure, or 2 unsafe maneuvers will result in an unsafe or failing road test. You put pass or fail, print the instructor's name, print student, sign it, date, automatic fail, start date, end date. I've given you everything you need. I've given you a pathway of why young people don't want to drive. They're tired. So E, you said yes, you did receive it. Type in yes again. I know it's delayed. But just tell me yes, I got it. I just want to make sure because that's important. Okay? Please let me know because I'm appreciative of you and what you do. So if you received it, type yes, I got it. You should have had it on Tuesday. That's what they said. I have the paperwork. I took a picture of the receipt. So you want to prepare for learning how to drive. You need to take time. You can't overschedule yourself. You're going to be in a virtual class or in person. You're going to learn the rules of the road. Your instructor will sign you up for driving. You or her or he will set it up either online or in person. I do it in person. We write down the drive times. We schedule. Okay, this week I haven't been driving much. Mental health, getting back into school. And then, after the Labor Day, then we're going to get in. Okay, so we're just preparing you for the opportunity. And if you're taking private lessons, your instructor should be helping you, talking to you, planning when you can drive, driving over, and getting you in a route where you can feel success. I'm not just talking about throwing you out and saying drive. You got to feel success. Success looks different for different people. Success could be you getting in the car and starting it up and then going back in the house because you have anxiety. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Ida made me feel good because you do a lot. You're my moderator. Okay. I'm glad. And now that you know I'm real, haven't picked it up yet though. Okay. Okay. Got some things in there, some shirts, Stanley, gift card. Just showing you all these things I appreciate. Because you want to take care of the people who take care of you. That's really important. And I want to keep doing those things for people who support the channel, people who come and help. So in the end, tell me your goals. Are you an adult trying to finish? I had people 29. It was to my last week before my TIP expired. I got it. I'm 37. I saw your video. That motivated me. I'm still not ready to drive, but your video encouraged me. I'm 19. My parents are divorced. When they go through, I have a young man who's almost 18. He dropped out of school. He finished driving. Okay, this will change his life. Okay, his parents are going through a divorce. There are different reasons. But why do I know this? Because I listen. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Type takeaways, TAKEAWAY. Tell me what you learned. Bye.